calculating like with the current price and everything and what I got. So it's been pretty fun doing that. Worked out pretty well.
I don't even know what the price is. I saw last night we almost hit like 80 cents or something, or we were at 80 cents. Like fucking insane, bro. Just absolutely bonkers. Like I know it's only a 2x, but it's just like, dude, it feels bonkers when you just look at it from money put in or yield or anything. It's just like, holy shit, everybody else is just eating shit and just like, hi, hi, in Icosa and Hexland over here. Hello.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, not even like considering money you put in, just the amount of yield you're getting is like it's just great. And we haven't even really begun, so it's pretty awesome. So are you done now with your moving stuff? I heard you say like you sold your truck or something.
Yeah, it's gone. Like I don't know. I just take it, dude. Like it's costing me $500-600 a month, and that's a lot of money compared to like my cost of living. So yeah, like it's like, maybe like if an old customer called, might like go try to round up some guys maybe and do it, but like I'm really just I don't know. Like everyone already bought new homes. The average person will buy a home and stay there for 5 to 7 years. Like there's like it's just as simple as that. Everybody already moved. It's going to be slow as fuck, and um yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because people already did that. That bubble might be over for a while. That makes a lot of sense. That's it's crazy, man. The whole housing thing went crazy these past couple years. I still can't believe it. Even where I live in the like not really nice like even apartments, there's like still none. Like people are just staying right where they're at. Nobody's moving. It's weird.
I noticed my truck, one of my truck rental places that I used, they were like calling around at some point and being like, "Yeah, man, you need trucks." And they were charging, it's winter, so like they always kind of did that, but like they seemed a little bit more like, "Oh, yo, are you sure you don't need any trucks or anything?" And yeah, I think that dude, it's just slow as fuck. Like, I'm not like no one's moved in or out of my place in a while. Like, no one's moving. Dude, are you going to buy a house with these kind of interest rates? Like, get the fuck out of here. Unless you have cash. Like, so there's a lot of rich people moving, but they usually don't even use my services.
Yeah. A lot of really rich people don't even like they just buy like and sell fully furnished homes and just like they're like fuck it. They don't move anything. It's already just there. At least there's some in my area that do that, I know.
We might need another crash in the housing market or something. I'm not saying like I know for sure or anything, but I remember after the crash, I started working and moving, and like people were just going around buying all these houses on the dip while nobody wanted to touch it and stuff. And it's just like it's a regular market, even though it doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know. Or maybe just everyone sits in their homes, just like everybody's chilling, and then like over time, the houses that are like that need to be renovated or whatever, they go and get renovated.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was working with even guys that are just like, oh, well, the rate's low. And they weren't making shit, but they're like, interest rate's low, so I'm just going to go upgrade my house. And so they just did it because they could. Like, not even thinking that they're just gonna stay put now. If they can't get anything cheaper, they're not gonna like go out, and there's no reason for them to get anything. So it'll probably all die down.
And it's
I mean,
you know, when you look at it, so I bought my place, and I was lucky enough to have like my dad help me do it, and teach me some of the things like how to hang up drywall and make it look semi good. Still not as good as my dad, but like at the time though, repairing was very expensive because remember how wood was really high.
oh yeah.
Well, every high, but like you were almost like if it was not me, like because I'm just a unique person with a unique circumstance, like if it wasn't me, you were better off to go and get a bigger remodeled home already. I didn't want to do that myself, but like, because of the cost of repairs and the cost of labor going up, like if it was already done, just, spread it out over 30 years.
Yeah, I mean, a 2x4, dude, not that long ago was, I don't know what it is now, but when I was doing construction with my brother, it was absolutely insane. But we were building like decks and stuff like that for people. And like, I remember telling him there was so much work even during like this COVID thing. And I was like, well, people were just like, oh, I want this done, I want this done. And I'm like, just charge them like whatever you think's insane. Tell them that's what you want. And he even wound up getting those jobs. Like, people were just throwing money around. But I think that's weird and kind of, I mean, I know it's the way the market works, but the whole supply demand thing is like, oh, okay, now we're not doing anything more to get these like pieces of wood or eggs, for example. Like nothing's changed for us, but now that we know there's like a shortage, we're just gonna go ahead and like triple the price, and that's what you pay. So they just make money hand over fist. Like, that's so insane to me.
Wait, I'm sorry, I zoned out, dude. So many things going on. Well, wait, who? Which entity? The banks?
No, I was just saying like with supply and demand, like how, with this like egg thing, like none of these companies like did do anything different, these egg farmers, but all of a sudden now it's like, well, it's more scarce, so now you just have to pay us way fucking more, and we're just gonna make way more. I thought like price gouging was like illegal or something. That's what it seems like.
It's weird because like you saw some articles saying like eggs were super unhealthy and stuff, and it's like, dude, like I'm not a fitness guru by any means, but like I'm pretty much under the impression eggs are pretty good for you. Like maybe I'm wrong, but like I'm pretty sure we've been eating eggs for like hundreds of years. It seems like a pretty core diet or like substance in your diet.
Yeah, yeah, and also the whole chicken itself is one of the most, I don't know, it seems like that's one of the most popular foods in the world. What an unlucky species of bird. No defenses, just everything wants to eat you, but you're just too stupid to do anything. Chickens are fucking weird.
And I actually heard the argument that like eggs are vegan. Like, well, it's or like or like they're like technically like vegetarian because like it's not like those eggs would have just gone to waste if you don't eat them.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about it. I know my sister and brother-in-law are vegan, but then she kind of went more vegetarian so she could eat like cheese and eggs and stuff. I never really, it's not my thing. But like he's not, it's not like a health thing either, because they aren't like the healthiest people. Could still eat like fucking Oreos and stuff. Those are vegan. I'm surprised we haven't really had any more big Watsas burned with this pump. Seems like when the price went down, we had more burning.
Basic psychology. You start to get greedy, going higher, and then as it drops, you panic. The reason I know that and can say it is because I go through those emotional swings all the time.
Yeah, I guess. I guess it'll make more sense now. Like if it's Icosa continues to do what it's doing, and then maybe if we do see some kind of I don't know what we see in these next big auctions coming up. If a ton of those go up, a lot more yield, then maybe if we get a price drop or something, people might burn them more. But I don't really. That doesn't matter either way because I'm leaving mine. So, but it's good to see some upward movement. That's for sure. So, what was? I didn't even look at what that actual bottom was, but I remember when you were buying it back then and talking about it. So, that's a good plays you had for sure.
Like my dad said, I'd rather be lucky than good.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I remember it wasn't that long ago, and you were like, "Yeah, well, it might go lower, but it might fucking not," and it didn't. Like, yeah, you think you actually caught pretty much the bottom, just about, right?
I was pretty close. I was within, I think, like 25% or something like that, or 30%. Got it. Some at like 34, 35 cents, I think.
Nice, nice, good job, man. That's good.
That dream of just being able to follow. You hear these stories on these fucking YouTube channels like, oh, Hexa allowed me to realize my dreams. God, like that's what I think. It's just such a sales pitch kind of thing, but it's just like, God damn it, I'm seeing it, and it's like, I don't have to break my back anymore to get all my bills paid and whatnot, and yeah, like,
Yeah, man.
like I'm like able to hang out with Koga more. I'm able, if I want to go to the dog park, I can go to the dog park, or I can, just go sit down at a diner and just like have a good meal, or hang out with buddies and all these other great things. And it's weird being here. I'll be real. It's weird. Like Hex and Icosa, I'm not really selling Hex anymore. If we saw like a giant pump, I would sell a little bit, but like I only have like 10, 15,000, not even much. And it's like I don't know, like it's cool.
Yeah, it's. I mean, well, what you did is like what people do say to do, and I've done it before, and it's basically just buying all the way down your dollar cost average whenever you can. You're throwing it in. It's like eventually it just doesn't. If it doesn't suck, which these things don't, eventually it just fucking goes up, and your gains are like insane. And I mean, you do that for like long enough. I think that's where people go wrong is they just have one thing and they're like, oh, one buy point and that's it. And then they never put anything else in. I think that's a mistake.
I still can't believe that we're all here. Like it's awesome. You could go through crypto all day and go through all these fucking scams and stuff, and it's just like, oh, I just get to put my money into this good thing and just kind of sit and chill. Like, no more craziness. There's always new things coming up that you got to look into, I think. Um, you know, but ah, it's so good. Sí, señor. That's a good question. That's a really good question. I think that I think that people are starting to see Icosa more. You know, people are like, look at how your YouTube channel is doing, and you know, people who don't want to come into the chat, like it's very easy just for them to tune in, and we don't know who those 150 people are. You know, I'm one of them usually. But we could see higher Icosa price because it just has more like do it like when you just do the math, it just has more value than Hex right now, or it has more upside potential. And like if you want more Hex, the best way to do it is Icosa, and people are starting to understand that. So I think that we could see higher prices. Like, dude, if Hex runs, like Icosa could run a little bit too. And like a lot of the big players who can really dump and nuke the price, they either have to take a giant EES penalty, um, or just wait. So I think I'll make an argument where we don't that like 28 cents was, I think, maybe possibly like the bottom maybe. And yeah. So I think we could. I do like why I like you know dumps and crashes are going to happen, but like I think that we're starting to move towards the upside. Not chart analysis, just like the game theory of Icosa and like the stakes that I have looked at. There's not many stakes that are in 90-day stakes, so and 94% of the coins are staked. You know, there's a lot coming in, but just like a lot more are locked up, and they're still locked up for the next few months. So that should show some constriction. Depends what all the Hedron stakers do. If they change their mind and stop dumping Icosa, well, fuck. Huh. The pool will get more competitive, but that's fine because that means they're not dumping down the price. I'll be real, dude. We could crash back down to like 35 cents and like I'm okay with it because like your yield is just so fucking good. I mean, look, there are some tokens that are yield coins and they just go down in price forever. And then there are still some people making money doing it, I guess. And I've still stayed strong. Haven't minted a single wallet. Nope. Do you have an opinion on it, Siggy? Man, because I think that, like just to get to Icosa, you got to be pretty down the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? So you have to like you know you probably have a little bit longer of a time horizon. Like selling your interest or whatever is fine, but like it's I don't know if we're gonna have super dumpers for a little bit.
I mean, they really can't, right? So, like, people in Icosa staking, you really just can't dump a shitload. You're like fucking yourself over if you do that. I don't think anyone with the lockup periods just has this ton of Icosa that would even consider just dumping. So it's really good for us.
Dude,
Ready?
like as long as like Icosa's price stays up with like the rate of like inflation at least, and everything like man, like that, or just like the price, like so if the dollar loses 50% of the value and Icosa is at 80 cents, then it goes to $1.60, and it still has that certain amount of like inflation and rewards. God, like set baby.
Even that dude, you remember, it wasn't that long ago. I don't even remember what day it was. That guy dumped like 40K worth of Icosa. And I mean, look at us now. So it didn't even do nothing. It just blew her way past all that. And it's not like it's cool because it's not like Hedron where everybody got however many years, a couple years of Hedron all at once and could just crush it. I mean, which worked out for all of us, but Icosa's not that way. You can't just do that really. It's pretty sweet.
Yo, Siggy, do you have the yield party picture? Could you post it? Yeah, yeah. Post it in chat, and then I'll save it so that so I have a copy of it. Well, it's the same. Well, it's the same. It's the same for a 180-day stake compared to like a 90-day stake. So if you have 100 Icosa and you yielded 20 Icosa, that means you earn 20% interest. Well, then you have your Hedron. But just in terms of Icosa, let's say you earn 20% in a certain period of time. It's the same. It would for 1,000 Icosa staked, it would be 200. So it's all proportional. I actually do have some numbers though, like after the burn.
It's probably about 30 or 40 on that
Yeah,
payday, the day that they would have got. Yeah.
Whoever that was too, they could just go to hexmodel.com and start playing with that. So you can check like you can use the sliding bars to like go to whatever day you want and check what your yield would be. It's pretty convenient.
Okay.
What's so funny, bro?
Oh, I didn't know I was. Oh, I just giggling myself. I like the Telegram I ran into people like, dude, if you laugh at your own jokes, you're fucking retarded. That means you're not funny. And like, like I just laugh at like Telegram, and you can put these funny, like little subtitles. You could just say how you're feeling today, or just anything that you learned, or like, I see something funny that Richard says, and maybe it applies to like me or something, and I just go and put my little title in.
You finally put the pickup. I can recognize him.
Yeah, I saw a couple of people say that it hadn't worked, but I've never actually used it. Just something Alex posted like a month or so ago. So when people ask, I just send that. But yeah, I've never used it, bro.
Is that like the whole voiceover thing, to where you can make any famous person say horrific, terrible, hilarious things?
No, so from what I understand, it's like it's a way you can go to a DApp and view that DApp as any address. So I think you like put in the address you want to view it as, and then you like don't have to sign. Like you can sign into the DApp as them using Wallet Connect. They'll give you like a key. So when you go onto the Icosa DApp, for example, you could see it the same way Godwell sees his stakes, for example, right? So it's a way that if you don't have access to your regular
Okay.
machine, you can just yeah.
Overrated, especially after to to what Mike's talking about. Like, unless the share rate completely jumps up like insanely, as long as you're compounding back into your principal, that should outweigh the whole. It should outweigh your position, your original position, right, Mike? Is that's kind of like a brief summary, right?
Yeah. I don't know how much it's going to go up, but that's a lot of hex staked. What was it, 2 billion?
And are they talking about a Hedron stake or an Icosa stake? Because it's very different for the two, Like one you can work
Icosa.
out beforehand, and a Hedron stake you can't. So
And also between the two, you have way more gas fees with Icosa stakes for the same dollar amount, because the size of a 90-day stake in Icosa compared to Hedron is very different.
yeah, so it's like the gas to dollar amount of stake ratio. I guess that's a good point to consider as well. Yeah, so it's not like necessarily like the quote unquote best, but like if your goal is to not really cash out in the foreseeable and you'd like to compound, then before ending the stake, you can say, hey, like, would I get more points if I were to add my principal and yield together and restake? And the easy way to do that is just add the principal and yield you have, divided by the hex share rate, times it by 1 billion, and the result of that sum will be the new stake points that you would get if you restaked. If that is more than the current stake points you have, then you'd be able to gain more stake points by restaking. If not, then it's best to just leave it as it is because you won't be increasing your share of the pool.
Thank you, sir.
You know, one thing that I enjoy from time to time is you ever burn a really good candle and just like it's got that good scent and everything. I got some from like a customer.
We don't
They
wanna hear
were
about
like,
your
there's
baby
like I
days,
couldn't
bro.
do.
Yeah, for real.
Listen,
That's what I'm thinking.
dude, bitch, I got a walk-in shower. I got a walk-in shower. I got the biggest base that I could get.
You guys ever get
But like,
strawberries and candlelight in the bathroom, and just have an evening for yourself?
bro, okay. To be fair, I was actually thinking, I was like, man, I kind of wish I had 2 bathrooms so I could have like a big bubble bath. I was thinking that, but like, I love my walk-in shower. The walk-in shower was
That
for
sounds good.
Koga, and also, yeah, I
Yeah.
got like the biggest one that me and my dad built. It. He did, dude. My dad, like, I'll be real, like, he can build some fucking shit really cool.
That'd actually be pretty cool to have your own separate bath
Yeah.
room. Have a special tub in a separate room. That'd be good.
Oh yeah, we talking 12 person jacuzzi. We gonna have all the bitches, all the hookers.
Icosa.
A goose.
Too hot in the hot tub.
I look up like maybe like just an hour ago. Not even. I didn't even look at a chart yet. How's like Icosa next to it today?
80 cents, dude, or 79 cents.
What about Hex?
$3.2.
All right. Nice.
Can't you also just create a wallet to see what a stake will give you in points?
So I definitely I had been drinking more water. I finally found a mug that I like. You ever like get those like mugs, or how do I want to say, like, I want a big cup. I want a big ass cup of water, and like, you can't get your hand to fucking clean the bottom of them. Like, what sick fuck makes those and makes it so you can't clean the bottom of your glass or your water bottle?
You can actually get what I use. There's like different. There's actually bottle scrubbers you can get. So just so like uh what's that sports brand? Camelback. They make good bottle scrubbers, as well as what you can actually do is, strangely enough, you buy a brand new toilet brush a toilet brush cleaner. So if you actually have like a big cup, you just keep that aside and use that as an actual bottle cleaner. I know it sounds strange, but obviously you're not using it for the fucking toilet bowl. But yeah, but that's what you can do.
You just don't want to get them mixed up.
Yeah, like with the bottle cleaner, imagine like baby bottle cleaner. It's like a, you know, wire brush on the end. Does the
Yeah.
trick.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at one right now of the actual like a bottle cleaner because I actually have one from Camelback for when I use to clean my the bladders, you know, that you put in the backpacks.
Yeah.
Wait, so I missed this. What mug did you get, Mike?
I don't know. It's a big metal one. It's
Like 64 ounce? What is it?
I have no idea, but this thing is fucking huge. It's not like I'm looking up stats being like, I gotta have the 100 milliliter bottle. I was just like, I just wanted to make sure I could get my big ass fucking hand to clean the bottom, and it's like a glass, or it's not glass. It's a metal, and it's got like this outer coating, and I guess it like keeps it cool. Like I'm a person, I have to drink cold water. I don't know if you guys. Lukewarm water, gross.
Oh, I'm a warm water guy. I'm a room temperature guy.
Oh, you sick fuck. Oh.
Hot Dr. Pepper.
You guys noticed that 54 minutes we got a state HSI coming due, total value of $6.44.
Who is speaking there? I couldn't really hear them. I don't need to higher their raise their volume.
So we've got a state coming due with 54 minutes at $6.44 total value.
You say $6.44?
Yeah, $6.44. Yeah, I don't understand why somebody would. I guess just proof of concept they would, sell one like that small. But I saw that. It's kind of funny seeing it there. 37 cents winning bid right now.
Nice.
What's it costing? Does anyone know to start an auction now? I haven't done one in a long time.
I've literally never once bid on an auction.
I know it was. I mean, this was a while ago, a month ago maybe. It was like a $3 or something about to start one, $1 to like bid. I don't know if it's changed since then.
Hey, Mike, before I forget, and we're talking about the auctions and whatever right now, last night, was it yesterday? Yeah, last night I went and I used that revoke.cash that I heard the other night with the late night voice chat. So I went on that, right? I ended up spending like 100 on all my revokes. I had a ton. I didn't even remember from 2019, 2020. I was like, oh, wow. So I went ahead and got rid of those. So thank you for bringing that up.
Well, I'm not chilling it. I was asking Alex about it, and I mean, I used it. I'll be real, man. If it seems like it's legit, but I don't know. Like I even donated a little money because I was like, wow, if you're going to make a good, easy service, like, and not even charge anything, like, hell yeah. I don't know if
Yeah,
you should always be careful when
sharing
using
it.
new stuff.
Yeah, no, you weren't shilling it. It was just that you brought it up, which led to like me learning about it, and just so thank you for that. That's all. But I had some really let's just say questionable ones on there, so I'm glad I did that.
I guess you can do it through Etherscan. I don't know. I wanted to try it and look at it, and like I had a whole bunch of money there, and it didn't steal it, and it like I double checked on Etherscan, and like it all the transactions have been canceled. So I don't know how to code or like do signatures or any basic signatures and stuff, but just like seems cool, but make sure everyone does their own research. But yeah, like I don't know, man. Uni like makes me like eyebrow raise a little bit sometimes. It's just like, they hide. Like you have to like with all the shit coin scams. You're telling me that like you have to label Icosa as like a danger. Like I don't know, man. Like you have to be careful. Pulse X is going to have that on other coins that may be legit too, but you know I feel like we have such a big community. We have such like like voices and stuff, and it's just like they say they like will go and like put stuff in based on community, but it's like I don't know. But like I think services like that, definitely seem to maybe have a place in the future. Why?
What?
I guess I'm just like sometimes I wonder, I'm like, why isn't that just built in? Why isn't that just built into like the wallet or something? But like it is an extra gas fee, and if gas fees go really high, then all of a sudden all transactions go higher, and then you have twice as many transactions. It is kind of a pain to re-sign. Like I just like you sign up to the Uniswap or anything, like dude, and like they have like full permission like to access your shit. Like
Yeah, crypto's crazy with some of this stuff, man. I was thinking, how the fuck am I supposed to like manage this shit someday when I do have money? Like, I don't want to be worrying about this stuff. Like, I don't want to be hiding seed phrases, up somebody's asshole somewhere, and somebody else has the other part. Like, I don't know. I love having the custody of it, but at the same time, if I got millions, I also don't want to fumble it just like doing something stupid. I don't know. It's weird. So like, what if you
you
want to travel or then you know what I mean? Like, say someday I want to just travel. I don't want to be glued down somewhere. Well, where do I put those seed phrases? Can't just give them to somebody else. Like, hang on to these, or like, do I have to get a safety deposit box? Do I have to like, what do I got to do?
I've been asking myself that too, man, and it's like I love the technology of blockchain, but me and my buddy, Trevor has been in here. Me and Trevor used to laugh all the fucking time. You gotta decentralize other things. Everything's gotta be blockchain. Everything, and it's like, does everything? I don't know. like I think we're so far away from a lot of those things, but like I do think that like centralized entities holding crypto is a good thing to a point. If it's done right, it's not a problem, but when it's done poorly, then it's a problem.
Yeah, there has to be some sort of fucking regulation behind it. You can't just have these turds like I don't even know their names. That fucking Sam Bankman clown running it, and taking people's cryptos. Have to be like an actual real bank or something that isn't gonna, or a credit union of some kind, like somehow helping you store it, not using it for themselves. I mean, I'm not sure.
Custodians, like
Yeah.
I'm not an expert in any category. I just kind of know a little bit about this or that, but like the idea of banks being custodians for your money, like that worked. That did work. But then greed took over, and now we're at the place where we are now with these giant banks.
Well, I think these are like on the positive side. It's like this is a good problem to have. If we're thinking ahead like that, like okay, we're gonna have this much value in something, so we'll figure something out, like how to. I'm sure
If
other
banks
people have.
stopped doing
There's
lending
billionaires
on,
already.
I feel like if banks stopped doing lending on, like they can just go like if every like they just give they keep you signing all these bad loans and they don't know. Like that's why I like Hex, Hedron, and Icosa because it's collateralized. Like there's a big like you'll still have like fluctuations in markets, I think, and stuff like that. But these ideas of collateralized versus non-collateralized are really big deals. My problem is they a lot of the loans that they offer, they're not collateralized at all. Like you like it's hard because and they're big amounts. Like like $100,000 loan to like a small business owner or something like that is like a little bit safer in some respects. There's not as much, like maybe there's more downside. I don't know, but they make a lot of risky plays, a lot with other people's money. And the FDIC, dude, like, I don't. Do they have enough money to cover everything for everybody? Maybe, but like, if we saw another banking crisis, man, like, scary.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, I think the FDIC though only goes isn't it only up to a certain amount that you have in your
Yeah,
institution.
I think it's 100K per like account or something.
Yeah, and I suppose when people have that much wealth, that's why they're careful with who they invest with and different even fund managers and things. You have to pick the right people. But retail guys obviously aren't the ones to to follow. But I've been thinking about the whole security aspect since you kind of brought up some stuff past couple weeks, and I just been thinking about it. It's just been on my mind. It's just custodying it because I don't like have a bunch of people that like some people are like, well, you can split your seedwords up into 3 guys, and I'm like, well, I don't know all these people that even want to do that, and like,
Yeah, don't give it.
I
I
don't
think like when you start doing stuff like that, you start just creating just beyond craziness. I do think that hardware wallets and just keeping them safe, not even like keeping them at your house. Figure out, maybe you do the third tree to the right at the like the dog park or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Like I think, or maybe safety deposit boxes. Maybe that's a viable way too. I don't know enough about it.
Yeah. Yeah, me neither. I mean, I definitely am a hardware wallet person, and then I just have not just paper backups, but I use the actual like metal ones with shit punched in there, like coded in. So like the average person finds that, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?" and probably throw it away or not even bother with it. But I got them pretty secure. That's as far as I'm going for now. But eventually, I'd like to be a little bit more secure, so more wallets and spread things out a little bit. So maybe some in a deposit box or some with me or whatever. I don't know. Figure that out in the future. But that's the
I don't
thing.
think
Like,
you should. I don't think you should lose sleep over it. But just make sure shit's on hardware wallets. And and then as time goes by, with markets, typically if there is something that becomes needed, so like you and me both think like, oh, dude, there's got to be some type of custodian or maybe like banks specializing in crypto, like maybe we start looking at those paths, and that's what creates another market because there's a need. Like you and me would be willing to pay for that. So somebody, hopefully a good, like I would prefer a good hexagon personally, or dude, if you told me Alex was doing it, I was like, oh, okay, well that sounds fucking interesting.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm sure we'll see something like that in the future down the road.
That's what I love about like free markets. It's because people see that opportunity to create value or a good business or whatever. And yeah, you have bad actors popping up, but if you offer a good service that people need and it's not bullshit, like, oh man, like there's money to be made, popularity to be like had there, that's what's awesome about, with YouTube and the internet and everything. And we'll see. I think things I think like this is like there's so many things popping up, new things being built, and it's like, oh god, this is going to be like the 2017 run where everyone's trying to make more shit.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder what the next big thing will be of this next bull run. I think what was it? I guess NFTs would have been the like weird product thing that came out last one. And then from what I heard, I guess it was what with the ICO thing or whatever was like the big, I don't know, new coins or whatever, the big scam of the one before that. I wonder if we'll see more HSI like sales in the future as this project continues forward. If that'll be a big thing instead of like EES and people can pick one up. It's already got a lot of data served instead of just using Icosa, just like another option.
God damn it, Icosa, man. Look at that fucking pump. Oh, so good. So good. Oh, there's so many things to always be looking at. I'm not sure if we even had any watts of burn.
Yeah.
Did it tick over yet?
What kind of deal we expecting tonight, gents? What about you?
I don't believe so. 9 hours ago, none. Total watts is 21,691.
Yeah, did you see? I saw a tweet earlier talking about the Watsons, and Alex was asked very early days, like maybe on the when Watsons first came available. He was asked when how long it's going to take until they reach their buy price, and he literally called it 170 days later. And there's like a clip, clip of him saying it, and literally called it like to the day when it happened.
Wow.
I'm not rushing
Do you have a link for that?
I'll try and find it.
Nice. Smart guy, man. He's a smart guy. We're in the right place for sure. I was interested in the validator thing he's talking about. He's been working on. Sounds pretty cool. Like I wouldn't mind getting one of those, learning how to set one up, or if he's got them, getting them pre-set up to sell. I wouldn't mind getting something like that. Be pretty cool to be a part of the network.
You also want to know what's nice about Alex, dude? When he talks, man, you can tell like he really knows his shit. Or at least like I don't know a lot about code and shit, but like I just get the or like legit smart, like he really knows his stuff.
I just posted it in the chat.
Thanks.
Oh, I got another one, to little spicy of a topic for us tonight. Wanted to make sure we had a couple people here before I brought it up. So, I noticed, like I got a fucking email, and like it was with Coinbase, and they were saying like they're changing their terms of service. Did anyone else see that?
Sorry, I couldn't hear what you said.
I think it's taking effect in 2 weeks.
Yeah, highlight an area or something like that and post it. I'll read it.
My
Let's
bank sent me one. My bank just sent me this thing saying, "Oh, it's for like this credit card that I have," and they're like, "Now all the purchases of any assets. So if you're using it, even for any crypto stocks, anything's all going to be like considered a cash advance. So they're kind of cracking down a little instead of like a normal purchase."
Well, soon to be in the future, there might be a remedy for this. I am the guinea pig.
You're like Braveheart, but a guinea pig.
Freedom, baby. All we're looking for
Is that going
freedom.
pretty well for you, Mingo?
What'd you say?
I was just asking how that's working out. Is it going all right?
Yeah, so far so good. I got my passport. Now I'm just waiting for my passport card to come in the mail, and then I'll be continuing forward with that whole thing. So we'll see what happens.
Nice, nice, good for you, man. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks. We're not out of the woods yet, but it's coming along.
Nice, nice. Yeah, keep us updated for sure.
Yeah, dude.
Like these groups, those like tip of the spear, man. Everybody's like on the cutting edge.
I'm having a hard time finding it. Hold.
Okay.
I got it. I think I found it. Oh, I can't post it. I had to send it. It won't let me post it. I'll be real. Mango, I'd like you to read it and tell me what you interpret from it. But like, I don't like it. I basically, my sum up is, or I want you to read, sorry, yeah.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me go to the link. Okay, so you want me to just read the first section before it goes down into number 1, what information we collect? Is that what you want me to read?
Or like any parts that you find interesting that you wanted to read. Like,
All right, give me a couple minutes and let me read through this, then I'll get back on here.
All right.
Well, the first bad part before I even get into the main body of the article, it says our goal is to simplify your crypto experience. If you do not wish for your personal information to be collected, used, or disclosed as described in this privacy policy, or you are under 18 years of age, you should stop accessing our services. So basically, right off the bat, they're saying we're gonna use your data whether you like it or not. And if you don't like it, don't use our platform. That's just the first kind of red flag.
There's like withdrawals and stuff, so it seems like it is a little fair, but like the effects that happen from the 20th on, I don't like most of the effects of what it's doing. I agree, yeah.
A lot of it so far is just mumbo jumbo. Information.
What do you guys use for your off ramp? I guess I've been using Coinbase. I kind of like this. I don't pay anything. Just send them USDC or whatever, and
Yeah, I
cash
use
it.
Coinbase, but I have a Kraken account as well.
Okay.
I'll have to go through Kraken stuff, but you know, blockchains are speech. That's really interesting. I'm glad that you read it and you pretty much came to the same conclusion as me.
Well, yeah, well, there's a lot in this whole section, so I'm trying to find something relevant to what you're talking about. All these privacy policies are just, it's just, just goes on and on and on and on. I'm trying to find drop downs that are kind of like specifically geared towards government issues. Not exactly seeing it yet, but I'm barely through these different sections. There's so many different drop downs. Hmm.
I got a new seat cushion recently. I got one of those purple butt cushions.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It was expensive. All right, but like, I'm going to be at the computer a lot. Like, dude, you got to watch out for fucking your tailbone, bro. And
gotta get one of those standing desks, the ones that can move up and down.
Yeah, I want to get one because I do a lot of pacing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, Mike, in here that says what you're talking about. I just got to the bottom of it, and all the sections I went through, I didn't see anything. What was go over again? Basically, what was it you said that you were reading? Maybe it wasn't in their privacy policy. Maybe it wasn't in this that you shared with me.
The information that they collect. Well, that was another part that I was. Wait, sorry. What was your question?
Yeah, basically just reiterate what you were talking about earlier before you sent me this. You were saying that what you were reading in the privacy policy is something that you didn't like. But everything that I'm reading so far about data usage and sharing your info, your data seems kind of standard. There isn't anything specific on how they're sharing your information, specifically dealing with like the IRS or governments. Basically, from what I'm reading, it's kind of standard almost for dealing with fraudulent charges, but it doesn't talk about specifics dealing with like dollar amounts.
Well,
or
they said
like
that somewhere in here, I'm pretty sure that I read that they can sell your data.
Well, that's kind of standard. That is actually standard.
Well, they didn't have that before, did they?
I'm pretty sure pretty much every single thing, every app that we use, unless there's an option to opt out, every single app sells your data. Unless there's options on the actual app or platform to opt out. That's basically standard. Unless I'm wrong and someone wants to say otherwise, I'm pretty sure that's basically standard. That's
I
why a
wonder
lot
if
of these.
this is this for all exchanges? Like, I don't know. I haven't looked into all of it, but like, I'm just saying this is what they're sending, and
Yeah, well, that's why I said maybe you should look up Kraken and think about opening up a Kraken account, because I think they're actually more. I think they might actually have options for their data usage, and you can actually. I think there is more options with how they actually use your data, but apparently it seems on Coinbase you don't have an option. Your only option on Coinbase, as far as I'm reading, is to not use Coinbase. Yeah, you should open up a Kraken account. When I opened when I opened up my account, it was quick and easy. Basically, just the same KYC process you would go through, just for anything else.
well, yeah, I was thinking about that recently. Like just do Godwell sending his stuff there? Like he probably yeah. Like you can't follow Godwell off a fucking cliff, but that was a lot of money being transferred around.
How was yield today, boys?
City boy.
I don't know. Someone else have to keep track. I'm like, there's so much stuff. I haven't even been looking at like prices. Like I looked today. I was like, oh my god. Like holy shit, we're almost 80 cents, boys. Woo! But like I haven't been overtly tracking my yield. You should keep track if you're asking everybody.
Patrice usually does it, but he's not in here right now.
Look, I don't know how to read, Mike. Okay, I can't tell. Okay.
Ooh, so hot.
Damn, Kismet, I'm looking for that Vice Bia. in my area, and I can't find it anywhere. I'm trying to. There's all different beer websites and apps. Well, so far what I'm seeing from the Franziskaner is the Heffenweisen, but not the actual Weissbier. And same thing with the Paulaner. Laner. I'm not seeing it.
What up? What up? You gotta hear me?
Yeah.
Question for you. Is anybody having the same issue? I'm getting a discrepancy from Hedron.pro versus app.icosa.pro. If I look at a stake, for instance, that I have on Hedron.pro, and this is a stake that has a 10x bonus, it says that there's like, for example, what is it? 72 million mintable Hedron right now. And then if I go to app.icosa.pro and I look at that same stake under that same wallet, it basically says that there's like 62,000 mintable Hedron, plus it says bonus Hedron of like 662,000. But if you add those two together, it don't equal the what it says on Hedron.pro. Hedron.pro is an additional 10x more. Anybody else seeing that?
Huh. I haven't used Hedron.pro in a very, very long time. I just only use app.icosa.pro.
I was gonna mint it just to see what it could give me, but I was just like, screw it. It's not that much, you know. So I was just like, fuck it. Figured maybe somebody knew. Maybe there's just a little discrepancy on something. I mean, it'd be fucked up if each one of the sites mints you a different amount. But yeah, kind of weird.
Sorry, what was the discrepancy, bro?
Okay, so if you do you have any HSIs with a 10x bonus?
Yeah.
Okay, so go to Hedron.pro and look up one of those stakes. Look to see how much mintable Hedron you currently could mint right now. Write down that number. And then go to app.icosa.pro in the same wallet and look at that same stake. Under the Hedron tab, you click Hedron under app.icosa.pro, you click the little Hedron tab, and look at that same stake. For mine, the Hedron.pro side is 10 times more than what it says I could currently mint on app.icosa.pro. Because like for example, on Hedron.pro, it says I can mint like, it's not right in front of me, but it's something like 72 million mintable Hedron for this one stake, right? And then if I go to app.icosa.pro, it says 62,000. Now again, this is a stake with a 10x bonus. It says on app.icosa.pro, it says 62,000, and then it says bonus Hedron 662,000. Okay, cool, that makes sense. But if you add up the 662,000 plus the 62,000, right? It doesn't come. It's 10x different on app or on Hedron.pro.
What if you take the 600,000 and times that by 10? Is that?
Well, no. If you take the 62,000 plus the 662,000, which is what I would think I would get right there, right? Because that's the mintable Hedron with a 10x bonus. Cool, that all makes sense. But you literally have to add those together, right? And then times it by an additional 10, and that's what Hedron.pro says.
Anybody know like what's a good like a beer app to look for like craft beers or beers in your area?
Ooh, I got the name of a really fire beer. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up here. Hold on. I'll look at my other
No.
phone.
I'm not looking for I'm not looking for beer recommendations. I'm looking for like apps or websites to where I can look up to see if there's a certain beer in my area.
Oh, I have no idea. It's called Google.
Yeah, I know. But like like I'm not sure. Like in New Jersey, it's like I'm sure it's all over the country, but there's an app called Drizzly to where you can actually it's like kind of like DoorDash or Uber Eats to where you can get like beer and liquor delivered right to your house.
Oh, that's what's up.
For a crypto chart, like there isn't like this isn't like a green candle to the sky, but god damn it, is it so beautiful, dude. I haven't been paying attention to price, so that's why I'm a little hyped today.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah, so I checked that problem. Like for me, it's showing accurate. I mean, there's a slight discrepancy, but that's just the math of the front end. But like I've even compared it then to my spreadsheet that of what it should be, and yeah, it's accurate, man. So I don't know what discrepancy you're seeing in terms of the mintable Hedron. Whoever was asking that.
Found it. Princeton.
Is that gentleman still here? The guy that had the discrepancy with the mintable Hedron?
Yeah. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, so like if you go to the Icosa DApp, mintable plus bonus should equal mintable on Hedron. Because it just
Yeah.
shows the both of them together on Hedron, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't. Now, are you looking at yours right now?
Yeah. It's the same. I mean, there's a slight discrepancy by a few units of Hedron. I don't want to say the amount, but yeah, like a few units. But that's just the math error of the front end. Because it's like an estimate on Hedron, but Icosa is more accurate. But yeah, you sure you're logged into the same wallet on both?
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's really weird.
And you know that on the Hedron front end just says the both mintable and bonus in one column, right? Just mintable is everything.
Yep. Yeah, it says like, again, for this one stake, it says like 72 million. And then if you go to the app.icosa.pro side, it says 62,000 plus 662,000. And that equals like, it's something like 728,000 total. So if I remember right, I'm not in front of my computer, but that's about what it is. And that is not what it says on that. And if I take that number and then times it by an additional 10, then it says what it says on the Hedron.pro side. Really weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I checked my wallet out on Hedron.pro versus Icosa.pro, and it's only different by 2 Hedron coins for me, the difference.
Ah, that is so fucking weird, dude.
Which is very close for me.
And that's just because the Icosa dApp's just more accurately calculating it, where the Hedron dApp's more, it's just rounding. But yeah, so it's basically correct. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills or something, dude. It's weird.
Obviously, you know. Obviously, I know you know, but you know, there's a decimal though, right, on the Hedron side.
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
you're not counting that as a comma. Yeah,
no,
I thought that'd
no,
be the
no,
case.
dog.
Yeah,
No,
I
no.
thought that'd be the case. Obviously.
But that's worth asking. Shit, you know. Yeah, it's fucking weird, dude. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna go look at it for like the 3rd time, 4th time, and when I get back home, and maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. It's really weird.
Look at it with your mouth open.
Yeah, right.
But I don't know. I mean, like, do a hard refresh, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
I
that's gonna
tried
help,
that.
but
That was the first thing I did. I was like, okay, let me just refresh both these pages, and yeah, it's really
you on
weird. Dude.
PC or Mac?
It's just you know, a little gaming laptop.
PC.
Yeah, it's a PC. It's not a Mac.
Yeah, so if you do like Control F5 instead of just do it or Control then press the reload button. So do Control first, so Control F5, and then that'll do like a hard refresh. But yeah, like if all else fails, I guess come back, and then I guess. But I mean, here's one thing's for sure: in terms of the contract, it's correct. Like whatever you should have. I mean, like if you go to the chat now, like use this calculator, and whatever it says in this calculator is what you should have. I mean, you could just work it out, right? Like B shares times day served times 11 minus days already. So B shares times day served minus days already minted times 11 is what you should have mintable. And then yeah, so whatever number that comes to, one of the sites will match that. And then, yeah, that's how much you do have. And when you do mint it, you're gonna get that much, right? Like it's not the case that the front end would say one thing, but like the contract's immutable. So like that's definitely correct, you know. The contract will mint you how much you should.
Right. Okay, yeah, I'll check it out when I get home, dude. Maybe I mean, clearly I must be doing something wrong. So I'll take a look at it again, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe my eyes are playing games on me or something.
So that yield you be making.
You can't tell me any of you guys are seeing straight with these kind of gains. Woo!
Yeah, dude, that yield in Icosa, man. Damn, I'm so glad I went in heavy on day one. Ooh, doggy. I'm like, shit, by the time this thing is, you know, ready to mature, or fully matured, god dang, I don't even know what the hell it'll be, but it's gonna be looking good. I ought to send Gold Key and what is it, Tatiana, whatever the hell his name is. I gotta send those guys a bottle of champagne. I gotta send those guys a bottle of champagne.
Alex doesn't get champagne
for fucking up on that poly. Yeah, Alex too. Yeah, Alex needs a. Well, hey, I don't know who the SA is, dude. What you talking about?
No, but Alex just invented the thing. I'm not talking about SA. I'm talking about Alex.
Yeah, Alex needs the place. He needs the whole damn factory.
He needs a birthday cake every fucking day.
Yeah,
Excuse
right.
my French.
I see what you're saying, Mango. Like I'm looking through here and it's like, you know, no, like just scrolling through, I'm like already, I'm like, I kind of am seeing like more, like they have a really terms of service, but like it seemed like as I read it, it's like not complete legal jargon bullshit for the most part. Like there is still some, but it seems pretty fair. Seems pretty good. I have to give them a try. You know, sometimes hooking up your bank account and shit like that, it can get really fucking crazy.
Yeah.